Mr. newly re-elected President, dear friends, distinguished delegates, I feel like at home, I feel like in a family because we are a family of values, and I'm proud that this family is not only living but acting. Our union within the European People's Party is frequently quoted as union of values. We believe as Christian Democrats that this is our heritage, shared heritage and responsibility. In Dublin, I withdrew one of the resolutions, and I wanted to tell you that this resolution was discussed and adopted in Brussels in January this year. This was a resolution on family mainstreaming. This is one of the values we believe is the key towards social, economic, cultural, and many other issues in human life and in society. I'm glad to tell it and to say thanks to all parties which supported a resolution on family mainstreaming under the title, "What is good for family is good for Europe." It's a principle. It speaks against relativism, which is frequently promoted by liberals or by socialists, undermining our family. It respects family law under the principle of subsidiarity and national competence. But we all know the best social policy is pro-family policy. So thank you for the support. The second item frequently quoted and the major issue of this time is a refugee and migration crisis. This crisis is long and deep, and it will be very demanding, much more than Euro crisis. Our government, center-right government in Slovakia, collapsed because of instrument of European stability, European firewall, Euro firewall. What is the way out from this crisis on migration? I think common sense and living conscience. These are best combinations and resources for any difficult, critical, even conflicting situations in our lives. I don't want to dwell on details of this position. I think Simon Busuttil mentioned very fairly many of them, starting from the addressing the critical territories and situations in conflicting areas, stopping illegal migration or trafficking of people, to renew Schengen and even reinforce Schengen, maybe with some new instruments, and to distinguish between economic migrants and those in real need, especially persecuted people. And here I want to add one special line. There is ongoing genocide on some territories, especially in Iraq and on the Caliphate, where in Syria, or especially in Iraq, but also in some other countries, religious communities are systematically and steadily liquidated. And I think we should act against this genocide. Religious freedom is under attack and weakening. Half of the world lives without religious freedom. And I want to tell you what is fairly known. Without religious freedom, there is none or very limited political or civic freedom. Religious freedom is a litmus test to human rights, and Europe should be a defender of human rights. In March, therefore, I proposed at the EPP summit in Brussels to establish special representative for the religious freedom in the world. It is not limited to one or some religions. It is devoted to the principle which is so important, so universal, and especially in the 21st century. And I think that such men and women, committed and qualified, would give face and voice to our agenda for religious freedom in the world. It could help to organize this policy and agenda as a more coherent, more intense, and more efficient. I believe this is our important contribution, and I expect that some other parties and colleagues will take also lead in supporting this idea. And at the end of my contribution, I want to express gratitude to our Spanish hosts for their hospitality, for their invitation, and to say we wish you victory. Together we shall win. Queridos amigos, unidos venceremos.